Is giving blood good for you? Everyone knows it's a noble thing to do. Saves lives, helps accident victims, makes you look like a decent human being. But here's the twist. Giving blood might actually be good for you, too. Not in a vague, warm and fuzzy, helping others makes you feel good kind of way. No, I mean physically. There's evidence that donating blood could improve your health, which raises an unsettling question. If blood loss is beneficial, does that mean bleeding in general is good for you? Should we be picking fights in dark alleys just to keep our iron levels in check? Let's start with what we know. Giving blood helps regulate iron levels. Iron is essential, but too much of it is like having a hoarder's house in your bloodstream, cluttered, toxic, and eventually deadly. Excess iron fuels oxidative stress, which sounds like a fancy way of saying your insides rust over time. That's bad for your heart, bad for your liver, and bad for your odds of seeing your retirement savings again. When you donate blood, your body gets rid of some of that excess iron, then kicks into gear, making fresh new blood cells. It's like an oil change, but for your circulatory system. There's also some evidence that regular donors might have a lower risk of heart disease. Thicker blood is harder for your heart to pump, and anything that makes your heart work less is generally a good idea. Giving blood slightly thins the blood, making it flow more easily, which might help prevent heart attacks and strokes. And if that's not enough, some researchers think donating blood could even lower your risk of cancer. The theory is that excess iron fuels cell damage, and removing some of it reduces the chances of things going haywire at the cellular level. It's not a magic bullet, but if you were looking for an excuse to stick out your arm and let a nurse siphon a pint, that's a decent one. So far, so good. But here's where things take a turn. If losing blood has benefits, what about losing blood the old-fashioned way? Through injury, combat, or the occasional misplaced attempt at DIY home improvement? If a little bit of blood loss is good, does that mean getting stabbed in a bar fight is basically a wellness trend? No, it does not. And here's why. Blood donation is controlled. A precise amount is taken under safe conditions, and your body has plenty of time to recover. Combat, on the other hand, is a less sophisticated system. The amount lost is unpredictable, there's a high chance of infection, and unlike a friendly blood bank, a knife-wielding mugger isn't following Red Cross safety protocols. Evolution is not on board with casual blood loss. If bleeding all over the place was an advantage, nature would have made it standard practice. Instead, we evolved to not bleed to death at the slightest inconvenience. Our bodies developed clotting mechanisms, pain responses, and a deep-seated desire to avoid situations where sharp objects meet soft flesh. If random blood loss was good for you, we'd all be voluntarily draining a pint or two every few weeks. Spoiler, we are not. That said, there is one group of people who do need regular blood removal, those with hemochromatosis, a genetic condition where the body hoards iron like it's preparing for a global shortage. They literally need to bleed periodically to stay healthy. But unless you have this condition, going out of your way to lose blood is like smashing your phone on purpose just to enjoy the benefits of a digital detox. So, should you give blood? Yes. If you're healthy and eligible, it's a good thing to do, it helps people, and as a side benefit, your body gets a little tune-up. But if you think you're going to hack the system by donating blood too often for some kind of personal health gain, you'll just end up tired, dizzy, and iron deficient. And if you were looking for an excuse to pick a fight in the name of cardiovascular wellness, I have some bad news. There's a fine line between health-conscious and catastrophically stupid. Try donating blood at a clinic instead of involuntarily donating it to the pavement. You'll live longer.